And I would contest that actually we will have more tools at our disposal in future compared to what we've had in the past when we leave the European Union. But it is important that we make it and get it right, because actually on dumping and on state aid rules, there are very real things that I believe in future the British government will be able to do directly, where in the past we've had to go through Brussels. We all agonised, we all absolutely agonised over the very difficult few months when ministers were going to Brussels and making the case for the energy compensation package, only to see the can kicked down the road. We eventually got to the right place, but I think it is very welcome that in future the British government will be able to put those things in place, of course.
Steve Kinnock, I thank the honourable gentleman for giving way and making a very insightful speech, but the fact is the way it works with state aids in the European Commission is that the national government has to provide the Commission with a list of its priority cases. And what we know as a matter of record is that this government consistently failed to put the energy-intensive industry package at the top of that list. And so the Commission was dealing with cases as they were coming from our government. It was the failure of our government to make it a priority, and it was only thanks to the pressure that we put on them that they suddenly put the energy-intensive industries compensation package to the top of that list, and the case was resolved within 3 months.
Well, my understanding was that British ministers were regularly going over to Brussels and making the argument for the energy compensation package. I remember having numerous conversations with government colleagues about the importance of that, and they were certainly relaying the significance and the severity of the delay and the impact that that was having on the industry. And again, I would commend them for those particular efforts. But another thing outside of the European Union is that we would, for example, be in a position, if we wanted to, as a British government, to emulate the sorts of tariffs that we've seen in the United States. If we felt that that was in our national interest, where before we would have to go and try and enact that through Brussels, we would be able to do that directly. And I think we should look at all of these things. Of course,